I want to lose my belly. I want to reduce inflammation. I want to balance my hormones. What's step number one for me to start getting a real body transformation? Tiago, if you could give me one single tip for me to change to get a great result in 2024, one thing that many people don't realize, and that's the easiest. Nowadays, you know that the easiest way for you to get to a great physique, for you to change and achieve I'm going to repeat again, any result that you want to achieve in life, mental health, goals. You have a physical body goal. You want to achieve something. I want to get fitter by June or by December. I want to achieve that position in my job by December. I have that goal that I really want to achieve this year. Anything. The easiest way for you to achieve anything in your life is what? Nowadays we know in science, is by changing your environment. That's the easiest way. The environment, I'm going to talk about deeper about that many of you don't know. That's going to blow your mind. Many of you are trying to get to your goals. I'm going to try to lose my belly fat. I'm going to try to reduce inflammation. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. But you're not aware how your environment is helping you or is really making your life 10 times harder. Your environment, your physical environment, your online environment, your virtual environment, your internal environment, here, whatever is happening inside your thoughts, inside your brain, and your external environment. There are those, you need to pay attention to those four things. Every single time that you're not adjusting your environment, you're not making your environment helping you, you're making your life 10 times harder. 10 times harder. Pay attention to that. One paper, look how crazy. You tell me, Tiago, I know that my environment affects me, but I'm going to tell you, you don't know enough. You don't know deep enough. Check this out. Paper from 2007. The researchers, they got data from 12,000 people. Published in New England Journal of Medicine. Published in 2007. 12,000 people, they collected that data for 30 years. They noticed that those people who become obese, their friends are 57% more likely to gain weight. Can you believe that? Anybody who had a partner, that's another thing that they found out. Anybody who had a partner who was obese, the partner was more likely, more than 20%, to gain weight as well. And interestingly, this paper, they noticed it happened more with men. And can you believe the average weight gain was around 17 pounds? Guys, just because of the partner or just because of their friends. And all the papers showing the friend of your friend affecting your weight gain as well. So, Tiago, what does it mean? For you to have a deep understanding of, by consequence, whatever happens, whatever is your goal, you need to pay attention those people that you are surrounded with, that you are talking, that you are spending your attention, because all about here, your attention. If you ask me, Tiago, what's step number one for me to get richer? I'm going to tell you, go and stay around rich people. Tiago, what's step number one for me to speak a new language? Let's say a Portuguese, like Chinese language. Go and stay around people who knows how to teach Chinese. It's all about how fast you're going to get to your goals by staying around the environment that will help you speed up everything. If you are trying to get in shape, but your friends, family, people around you, they are always talking about, let's eat pizza. Hey, tomorrow let's eat pizza. We are going to have a party tomorrow. We are going to drink a lot. So check this out. Look the cake that I bought. Check it out. There is a chocolate cake in the fridge. You are always surrounded people who are making your life harder. That's going to slow down your results like crazy. Many people will never get to their goals just because of the environment. Check how crazy it is. Check. You can ask me, Tiago, show me another proof in science that's evidence-based that my environment is dictating everything in my life. Check this out. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a human biology researcher, he did an experiment putting stem cells with the same genes, remember, same genes, stem cells in different recipients, for him to see what would happen with these stem cells. The difference was each recipient, for each stem cells, he put a different environment. It was a different stimulus. Even the stem cells being the same gene, guess what happened? One stem cell became a bone, another stem cell became a muscle, another stem cell became a fat cell. Even having the same gene, the same everything, just because of the environment, they completely changed the entire structure. And then you can ask me, Thiago, give me more evidence as well. Guys, pay attention. For example, even in the Bible, Proverbs, I can show you here, check this out. Proverbs, you can see in Proverbs 13:20. Check this out. In Proverbs 13:20, it says, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Whatever you are doing every single day, pay attention who you are listening to. If you are here, it means that your environment can be completely different in 2024. Why? Because you are reshaping your virtual environment. And it's not, if you tell me, Thiago, I have a partner, he always wants to drink beer. I have a partner who is always negative. I have my parents that I always talk to them every week. They're always negative. They're always talking about the war, news, whatever bad that's happening in life, on the news that they are looking at, they're telling me. So I'm in this environment. My physical environment is bad. What I'm going to tell you, prioritize your virtual environment. Because your virtual environment, you are here with me, this can reshape your brain as well. Did you get that? Because guys, that's so crazy. You have no idea. You like, even if you don't want to, if you are in the right environment, you speed up your results. Even if you don't care about your results, you can speed up everything. Example, check how crazy your environment is literally making you go to another level in life. Can literally put you in another level of life. For example, pay attention. Nowadays we know that in neuroscience, you are here working. Imagine that you are working here. Working, look at your computer. Now it's getting colder. Aircon is on. It's getting colder. What's going to happen? Check this out. Pay attention to what happens with your body. You think that you have free will, but nowadays we know that you don't have the free will that you think that you have. Because it's getting colder, the environment. You have receptors in your skin that are sensitive to hot and cold, to temperature, to the environmental temperature, to modulate your internal temperature. Those receptors, they notice that it's getting colder. Those receptors, via electricity, send a signal to your brain, especially the area in your brain called motor cortex. It's the area responsible to command your body to move to some directions. And then in this motor cortex, it will send back a signal to some neurons called motor neurons that you have in your muscles. Your muscle doesn't contract and relax by itself. Everything is because of those motor neurons. Always because of those neurons that you have in your muscles. Check this out. Receptors receive that sensibility. It's getting colder. Brain, it's getting colder here. Do something. And then your brain will say, okay, I'm going to do something. Check it out. Maria, raise your arms, move your legs to the right side, grab the controller, and turn off the aircon. Your brain sends a signal to the motor neurons in your arms and in your legs for you to start moving. You are literally receiving a command from the environment. So who made the choice of turning off the aircon? It was not you. It was the environment. Your choice was decided because of the environment. Everything that happened. You feel angry because of someone said something to you, or because you are working and then the software is not working on your laptop, or is loading, or it's too low. You had the stress by yourself? No, it was a stimulus. From what? From where? from your environment. So the message that I want to give to you today is start analyzing throughout your day what are the things in your environment that's making your life harder, that's not helping your life in all aspects. In your work, what's a computer? You have a virus in your computer and then it's taking too long. Instead of spending 1 hour working, just because you have a lot of stuff in your computer, you didn't cleanse your computer, or there is an antivirus in that computer, you're spending 3 hours because your laptop is too slow. Start paying attention to what's making your life harder. Because remember, your environment is reshaping your entire life. Everything that is affecting your results, you can literally adjust. Because like I said, your free will that you think that you have, you don't have. The environment is affecting your free will. You are making choices because of the environment, the stimulus of the environment. So if you want to be healthy, you need to stay around healthy people. If you are here with me talking about this, you are more likely to become healthier. Sooner or later, in 1 year from now, if you are here with me, closer to me, listening. And that's why, for example, in my program, I always want to make sure that all my clients, they are watching the videos in the course. I have a portal and I have video trainings because I want them to get all the knowledge, because the more they study, and then I tell everybody, guys, advice number 1 that I'm gonna give to you is keep studying. Study, learn, take notes, stay closer to your coach, ask more questions related to your health, your symptoms, your bloating that you're having. Start talking about this subject because you are literally rewiring your brain as much as possible. That's the secret for you to speed up everything. Remember this forever. If you just remember this forever, you're gonna literally go to your goals, achieve your goals much faster, 10 times faster. If you want to change any result and speed up any results that you want in life, change that environment. Did you get that? For example, I need to improve my knowledge in real estate. I hired a mentor. And then I'm always in his environment, talking about everything related to that in his environment. I changed the environment because I wanted to know more about real estate. I want to improve my business. I want to learn deeper about the last updates in inflammation. So I go closer and I start talking to scientists that are expert in this field. I start doing courses that are really updated, talking about the last papers published in the last 2-3 years. I always change my environment. Even if I cannot change my physical environment, I change my virtual environment. Why is that? Because it's all about your focus. If you're putting the focus on a subject, for example, you are here with me, you remember, you have circuitry. Thiago, how can I change my belief? How can I change my behavior? How can I change the meaning of things around me? How can I change my brain? How can I increase my motivation? Everything is related to the circuitry of combination of neurons that are connected together, carrying one specific information. If you have a circuitry, a connection of the neurons, synapses, and they're super strong, each neuron, when they connect with each other, they get stronger via electricity. They create that circuitry. And they carry a specific information. In your case, for example, this information is, I'm super willing, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be a better version in all aspects of my life this year. My emotional health, I'm gonna prioritize and study deep about my emotional health. I want to have a real strong emotional intelligence because I suffered a lot with my family, with my partner. I had a trauma in my childhood and my emotions were devastated. So I want to become emotionally stronger. I'm willing to do this. And then every single day you are doing a task, you're studying about emotional intelligence. That circuitry inside your brain will start carrying that information. And the more you study, if, for example, that's why a habit, you don't create a habit in 21 days. Big illusion. It's not the same for everybody. Nowadays, we know the last paper that was published, nowadays we know it varies from 80 days, you create a habit, from 18 days to 254 days. It really depends. And then they put an average of 66 days. But that's the point. It depends on which habit that you are trying to create. Someone who is trying to create the habit of exercising is much more than 18 days. But someone who is trying to make a habit of drinking more water, the habit will be established in their brain. They will create that circuitry of neurons carrying that information of no more 5 cups of water, but now 10 cups of water per day. That information will become a habit. The person will not spend energy thinking about drinking more water. This will be shorter. The person can literally create that habit of drinking double the amount of water in 18, 20 days. But because the range is between 18 to 254 days, that varies a lot. That's why you can ask me, yeah, okay, so what's the best way for me to create a habit faster? And how that can be easier? How can I make this habit easier for me? Change your environment. Guys, that's the best way for you to speed up everything. Be aware of which environment that you are. That's why, for example, the longer I noticed those people who are with me in my program, the longest I had clients with us for more than 1 year. They had the best results. All those people who are with me for 1 year, 2 years, I have people with me for 3 years inside my program. They got the best result because they are in this environment for longer time. Did you guys get that? Extremely important, extremely important. Let me see if you guys have any question. Someone said, Emilia, true, it happened to me. The environment is guys, that's the word. It's vital. It's vital. Because something simple, you have receptors, you have your retina. Imagine your retina. Remember, reminder for you, your retina in your eyes is the only part outside that's connected to your brain. It's directly connected to your brain. You are literally changing the patterns, the circuitry, the electricity inside your neurons. You are strengthening one area in your brain and weakening another part of your brain because of whatever you are putting in front of your retina. In front of your retina. For example, like 10 years ago, I was in different groups on WhatsApp. I left a lot of groups on WhatsApp because one group was just people talking about politics, complaining, because the government didn't do this, yes, they are trying to do this with us, talking about always negative and always complaining and never doing anything about it, not doing their part that's the point. If you complain but you don't have the solution or you are not doing your part in other areas, and the worst, if the complaint that you are doing is making you a worse person because you are releasing more cortisol, adrenaline is too high, amygdala inside the brain is always active, hypothalamus, adrenal gland, everything is really active, and then you are actually increasing inflammation in your body. Why are you complaining if you are not controlling the whole country? So all those groups, I literally left. I was not having any benefit with those groups. Other groups, just men, talking about something that would never put me in another level. Groups of always talking about women, and I was married already, so talking about women, talking about like immoralities, I said, no, it doesn't matter. Those friends, they were like friends from like 20 years ago, like old friends. But it doesn't matter. I left the group anyways, because I will not allow my environment, remember, my environment, I always pay attention, I'm always careful of which information I put inside my brain. What I'm listening to, what I'm watching, everything. Which kind of thoughts that I'm having every single day. I'm always paying attention to that. Because remember, when you pay attention to your thoughts, it means that you are not your thought. It's for you to prove to yourself that you are not your thought. You are your self-awareness. You control your thoughts. Did you get that? Right now, if you're with me, today, right now, start looking at your environment. Pay attention to your environment. Your husband, your parents, your children, the news, anything that you are following, anybody that you are following, that you are checking any information on Instagram. Start checking that. Okay? All good?